I've been playing Switchback VR on the PSVR 2. I was sent a code for this game by Supermassive's PR, and I have to say, when I got this email, I was a little hesitant. I love horror games, but I've only played one horror game in VR, and that was the scariest experience I've ever had with a video game. I got this email inviting me to try the game out. There's a new update featuring updated visuals with the foveated rendering so that the game knows exactly where you're looking and they can concentrate the fidelity at your focal point. It's got better lighting, all sorts of new tricks, bells and whistles. But again, I've not played this game yet, so I'm approaching it fresh and with a fresh pair of underpants. So what did I think of Switchback VR after playing the game's first 30 minutes? Now, of course, the team at Supermassive is responsible for some of the most beloved horror games of the last few years. They created, of course, Until Dawn, The Quarry, and the Dark Pictures anthology, which Switchback VR is actually a part of. This is an installment of that Dark Pictures anthology. I was expecting that same approach with Switchback VR. I didn't really know what this game was, and so once I got into it, I discovered that this is a straight-up arcade horror shooter. The game presents itself like you're on a roller coaster. You are literally on rails going through each level, and you're equipped with 2 guns, and you're shooting both enemies as well as score totems and crates to get bigger and better weapons. I was really refreshed and impressed with what this was, because as a person who loves the arcade scene and loves light gun shooters, that's what this is. If you are a fan of games like House of the Dead, you're really going to enjoy Switchback VR. It is a much more intense experience than that. There's a lot of more visceral thrills and chills and scares within this game, but really what it boils down to is you're equipped with dual pistols or dual Uzis or shotguns or grenade launchers, and you're blasting your way through psychological horror-themed levels, and it is a lot of fun. And I think that action element, that arcade-style element where you're trying to get a high score and you're blasting away at all the glowing score totems that you can get, that kind of takes the edge off of the scare. Which is good for me because I was not prepared to piss my pants today. Now, even though there is a large action component and you're packing Uzis and grenade launchers and shooting glowing skulls to get the highest point, there is still a horror element in there, and this game does its best to scare the crap out of you. And it does so in some, maybe they're jump scary ways, but they're very effective, especially with the VR, where they'll do something on the side of the screen to kind of get your attention. And then once you're looking off in the corner, you don't realize that a zombie is jumping straight at you to eat your face. So there is some very cool and fun thrills, the kind of thing that'll get your heart pounding a little bit. And then you'll swear at your TV, blast the thing in front of you, and then you'll start laughing as your roller coaster cart continues to careen through the level. Roller coasters. Let's talk roller coasters, because motion sickness is a thing in VR. It is something that I struggle with a little bit. I think I have kind of mild motion sickness when it comes to VR, but I didn't really experience too much of that with Switchback. It is a roller coaster, so they put you at the top of a peak and they'll drop you down, and there's a little bit of wooziness, but that fades away pretty quickly. This isn't a super intense roller coaster experience. So there really wasn't much of a motion sickness component for me. You get a little bit of butterflies, but I think that kind of comes with the experience of a roller coaster anyway. I am very pleasantly surprised with Switchback VR. This is a game that I was not going to jump in on, but I'm so glad that the folks at Supermassive reached out to us here at Megadads to partner and cover this game, because it is a lot of fun, and then I can bring that impression to you folks in our audience. I know some of you were listening to our Pixel Rip review. You picked that game up off of recommendation. I hope that you guys pick this game up Give it a try. Watch some of our video coverage. Listen to the next episode of Megadads Live, where I'll be speaking more in depth on this game. Switchback VR is a scary good time. I'm very much enjoying my experience with this game, and I'll be bringing you more coverage right here on youtube.com/Megadads. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you pack an extra pair of underpants when you play this game, just in case. You can never be too sure, and your underwear can never be too clean.